The spotted Wing Drosophila is a new species of Drosophila fly which arrived in the UK in 2012 and is known to be a pest of a range of different soft fruit, stone fruit and other crops which produce fruits or berries. Before and after its arrival here, the UK soft fruit industry has been working together through HDC, British Summer Fruits, DEFRA, Scottish Government, DEFRA Plant Health, NFU, Soil Association, Royal Horticultural Society, Tomato Growers Association, UK Vineyards Association, Chemicals Regulation Directorate, East Malling Research and the James Hutton Institute to improve our knowledge and understanding of the pest and to prepare growers for its anticipated arrival in their crops. Michelle Fountain of East Malling Research is working with a team of scientists who are working hard to find answers to a number of questions which have been posed by this new pest. Michelle has taken time to answer a number of these for the industry.
Since 2011, a huge amount of time and energy has been spent by the SWD Working Group in forward planning to manage and control SWD. And since 2013, UK scientists have been actively working on formal research projects. As part of an EU project, FERA scientists have been investigating a range of different crop protection products to see how to successfully manage the pest and how it can be controlled by conventional means. An industry-funded project being managed at East Malling Research in conjunction with the James Hutton Institute has been monitoring the pest occurrence nationally. By doing this, we are actually able to alert growers when there may be a risk of fruit damage. We have focused on population dynamics and spread of the pest, disposal of waste fruit, which is infested by SWD, sampling and extraction methods, the development of a synthetic attractive lure, attract and kill technologies for use in IPM programs, and the assessment of a range of plant protection products for controlling the pest. Within this project, we set up a comprehensive monitoring programme for SWD at both East Malling Research and the James Hutton Institute, and we have been monitoring on commercial fruit farms across all the main fruit producing areas in the UK. We started monitoring in 2013 in April, and the first SWD male was captured in a hedgerow adjacent to a soft fruit farm in mid-August. Numbers remained low until October, and then there was a peak in the populations in November, but most of these were found in wild areas, especially in hedgerows and in woodlands. Despite finding SWD at both East Malling Research and on commercial farms in 2013, and the fact that SWD was widespread on the farms, the numbers were too low in 2013 to cause damage to commercially cropped fruit. We have learned a lot about the most effective practical trap designs. In the monitoring programme, we started the season using a trap that contained yeast and sugar water as the bait. However, emerging research in the US showed that a synthetic bait was more effective and, importantly, more selective for SWD. Within the project, we are now using a modified version of the BioBest Drosso trap with a greater number of smaller holes using the US synthetic bait. We aim to produce a dry synthetic sachet lure to make it easier to handle and use. For the 2014 season, we are recommending that growers use the modified BioBest trap with Drosso Attract liquid bait. Flies should be sieved from the liquid and counted that way. Sticky cards are not effective for catching the fly, which can release itself from the card and escape. A video clip of how to make the modifications and set up the trap can be found on the soft fruit page of the HDC website. It is important that control measures can be timed appropriately. We are currently working to develop a pest threshold for the new trap. Weekly monitoring for SWD will be very important in 2014. We urge growers of all susceptible crops, and that includes cane fruit, bush fruit, strawberries, cherries, plums, grapes, tomatoes and ornamentals which produce berries and fruits to set up traps in their plantations. It is important to get them in place by the end of March and continue to monitor through until the end of November or end of cropping, being sure to check the traps at least once a week. Forewarned is forearmed, and an early catch will allow growers to plan their control measures swiftly to prevent damage to the fruit. We are making progress with evaluating sampling and extraction methods for quantifying infestations in different fruit crops. Research has started and we are currently comparing flotation with freezing methods for quantifying the numbers of SWD larvae in ripe raspberries, strawberries, blueberries and cherry in a laboratory-based experiment. We will of course draw some conclusions as the work progresses. It is important that growers monitor for signs of damage in crops the same as they would for any other fruit pest. If a grower thinks they have trapped an adult SWD but aren't sure of the identification, they can send samples of the adults in the bait to the entomology team at East Morning Research. Clearly labelling the sample bottle with their business name and contact details, location of the catch and detail of the crop or vegetation where the trap was sited. Growers in Scotland should send their samples to Alison Dolan at the James Hutton Institute. We will examine the adults and respond to the grower accordingly. Any such information will be held in strict confidence at East Morning Research and the James Hutton Institute. If growers find SWD in their traps, they will need to implement control measures. Available control measures are set out on the SWD page of the HDC website. There is advice on cultural control, urging growers to maintain strict hygiene measures and to remove and dispose of all waste fruit from the plantation responsibly. This will reduce the attraction of the plantation to adult SWD. There is also information on the choice of crop protection products available to growers. Growers should consult their BASIS qualified agronomist who will have the latest plant protection product information. A lot has been learned about the disposal of infested fruit in 2013. We assessed the effects of anaerobic conditions on waste fruit. Waste contained in sealed containers was found to result in the death of larvae in the fruits 2 weeks later. I should point out that sealed and not attractive to flies is very important. We sealed the containers with tape and each container had a valve to allow excess gas to escape. We aim to investigate if shorter times are enough to kill the larvae in these conditions during 2014. Remember that the waste will still be attractive to SWD after this treatment. After exposing waste to anaerobic conditions, 90% of the waste is liquid, so if spread on the soil surface, this seeps in. The solids left on the surface are still attractive to SWD and so must be incorporated into the surface of the soil. We found that it degraded rapidly. Decisions on where this can be done will vary from farm to farm and should be away from watercourses. Growers should check the Environment Agency web pages for more information. In terms of plant protection products controlling SWD, we have been investigating which are most successful. To date, we have had similar experiences to those of research entomologists in the US, where a considerable amount of work has investigated different active ingredients for controlling adult SWD. In our work, spinosad, chlorpyrifos and lambda-cyhalothrin offered best control, and spinosad and chlorpyrifos gave up to 2 weeks protection on strawberry. Our work in this area will continue in 2014. New approvals for crop protection products are also being sought. The Industry SWD Working Group, which includes the HDC Crop Protection Manager Vivian Powell, has been working very closely with CRD to secure new approvals for crop protection products which will control adult SWD. This process is ongoing and it is hoped that more products will become available through 2014. There are plans to keep growers informed throughout the year. The scientists here at East Malling Research and also at the James Hutton Institute will work closely with the HDC this year to produce a number of electronic publications which will be circulated to UK fruit growers during the season as and when we make further notable discoveries. The scientists will also give regular updates at grower and agronomist conferences. The SWD Industry Working Group is also monitoring progress of other SWD research in the UK and abroad, most notably a new EU-funded project which is taking place at Ferret in York. Any useful results arising from other research will also be disseminated by the HDC.